Hey there! Today we are going to make stuffed peppers. Just look at these beautiful, beautiful peppers. So, I'm Tammy, here at All About Living, and we're going to get started. We're going to make a really good dinner. Okay, to make our stuffed peppers, we're going to need, obviously, some peppers. How many ever you need to feed your family. Okay, for Randy and I, we only need 3 of the bell peppers because these are like really big. So 1.5 a piece is probably an excess. I mean, that's a lot of food because these are really big. But you have to adjust for your family size how many you need, and then I'll do the rest of the ingredients that I have based on 3, and then you just do the multiplication. I have a small onion. I have a 1/2 cup of celery, which is 1 stalk, 1 pound of hamburger, some V8 juice, some crushed tomatoes that I actually had in my freezer, and so I'm going to use some of those tonight. Salt, pepper, and garlic, a little bit of olive oil, and some rice. That's your whole ingredient list. Okay, for my rice, I know that I'm going to use rice in this recipe tonight, and maybe day after tomorrow, or maybe the day after that, I'm going to make fried rice. So I'll already have my rice in the fridge for that. And when you make fried rice, you always want to use older rice. That really makes it so much better. All right. Now, let's get back to the stuffed peppers. First thing we need to do is get us some water boiling, because we're going to need to blanch our peppers. So we're going to get a high flame, and there's no salt or anything in the water. It's just water. We're just going to blanch. So it's going to take a few minutes for that to come up to boil. While we're waiting on that, we'll go ahead and cut our veggies. Okay, let's get our veggies cut. We're going to cut these onions pretty thin. All right, my celery was in the freezer. I don't have any fresh, and I just sliced it, crossways all the way down. And what I want is a smaller cut for this, so I'm going to dump a little bit at a time on my cutting board, and I'm going to make them smaller. I had to move my peppers out of the way so I could do this. So I'll get these, and then I'll get them back up here on the cutting board. But that's what I want my celery to look like. Okay, now we're going to take these, and we're just going to cut as little of the top off as I can. And I really want the whole body, as much cavity as I can get. All right, that's 1 down, 2 to go. Make sure you don't have any holes. You didn't puncture it anywhere. You want all that goodness to stay inside that pepper. Now, the little parts and pieces off of the top, we're going to cut those up to go inside the pepper. Okay, we're going to get a medium-high flame. Like that. And we're going to let that pan get hot. My pan's hot, and I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of oil in there, just enough to start sauteing my veggies. Okay, I'm just going to bring this cutting board right on over here, and I'm going to drop. Okay, and Now let's give them a little stir, get them mixed around. And just let them brown up a little bit. Okay, let's give them a little stir, move them around a little bit, just make sure they're not sticking. And now it's time to add our hamburger. Okay, now we're going to get our hamburger in there. And I'm going to get this package open, and we're just going to drop that right in there. Just like that. Wipe my hands off. And start breaking my hamburger. Now, some people have those little star things, you know, that makes it real easy to open your burger, but I find that my spurtle works just as good, and one less thing I got to have in the kitchen. You know, you got to have so much of everything. You know, trying to streamline your kitchen. Multi-use items. And if y'all watched any of my videos, y'all know I just about use the same spurtle every day. I mean, I love it, love it, love it. All right, now we're gonna salt, pepper, and garlic. And those three things are all relative to you. You put what you think your family will like in their pepper. We're going to put some salt. I'm just going to go across just a couple times around. I can add to, but I cannot take it out. And I'm going to put pepper. We like pepper, so I can't put too much pepper. Ever. Ever can I put too much pepper. In fact, I put all that I put, and then Randy will ask me for the shaker as soon as he gets his plate. Right, do that. And I'm going to go round and around with the garlic. And I'll probably have to add more of all three when I add the rice, but I can taste it at that time and find out. Alright, now my water is boiling and I need to blanch my peppers. So I'm going to drop them in this water and let them fill up. Let it come back to a boil and let them blanch for 5 minutes. Alright, my hamburger is done. My veggies are tender. It's time to put some rice in here. There we go, and I'm shooting for 1 cup of cooked rice. Now I made 2 cups, so I'm working on that. That is 1 cup of dry rice. Okay, now that I've got my rice broke down, it's time to put some crushed tomatoes in there. Ah, now they've completely thawed. And I need 1 cup of crushed tomatoes. Actually, I'm going to put a little more. About 1.5 cups. That incorporated. See, I have way too much for 3 peppers, but that's okay. Because I can put it in a Ziploc and drop it in my, label it, and drop it in my freezer. And the next time I want stuffed peppers, all I have to do is pull it out and blanch me a couple of peppers. There we go. All right, now my peppers are ready. So we are going to get them stuffed. And the way I stuff is I'm going to take them out one at a time, stuff them, and put them in my air fryer. Because if you guys have been with me very long, you know I don't have an oven. We bought this stove thinking it was all together, and it wasn't. So we're going to do this in stages and get them into the pot. Okay, I'm going to sit it in this bowl to make sure that it doesn't topple over and that I can get it nice and full. Awesome sauce, y'all. Just wait for that sauce. And then the ingredient I didn't tell you about. Beautiful, glorious cheddar cheese. And we're going to get that on the top. Okay. And we're going to get that in my fryer with the cheese on the bottom. Number 2, we're going to get filled up. Cheese all on that top. Pan. Go get that third one. All in there. We're gonna get it all in there. I really didn't have as much as I thought, did I? I'm not gonna have that much left. These were really big peppers. They're beautiful and they taste so good. And now that we've got our cheese, drop that one in there. That. Randy's going to get a close-up so you can see those. They are awesome. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful. Now, I know you're wondering about that V8. We're going to pour that V8 all over these peppers. All down inside there. All in the bottom of the, oops, didn't mean to drop my fuse off. So I've used probably a half, right out of half of my V8. Okay, now we're gonna get the lid on my air fryer down nice and good and tight. Hit the air fry button, and in 20 minutes, we will have dinner. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Be careful taking them out. That one got a little too brown, but this is an air fryer. The best way to do this is in a 350-degree oven.
if you're kind of like Tammy, you're probably hoping that cheese didn't come out a little crusty on top. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to love every bit of it because that cheese is going to be awesome. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
Bye.
We are out and I am going to go eat.